Hey, Wayne here with the Pamu Slide 2 earbuds. We're gonna check it out right now. Inside the box, you'll get a Pamu pouch, extra earbud tips, a charging cable, and of course, you'll get the Pamu earbuds. Okay, so I want to go over some of the specs real quick, but first I want to thank Padme for sending me the Pamu Slider 2 earbuds. They're really nice. I didn't know what to expect, but I did do some research on them, and it turns out that they have had other earbuds for sale before and on Indiegogo, and they've done really well on Indiegogo with their earbuds. So this version of the Pamu Slider 2 earbuds, I think it's going to do really well. They're priced right, they sound great, but let's go over some of the specs really quick. I'm going to switch cameras real quick. And I'm going to show you this one that I have here, which is in green. I've seen that they, on their site, Indiegogo at least, they have white and black and green. So I've got the green here, it looks really nice. The charging case gives you 26 hours of extra listening time, and the earbuds will give you 6.5 hours on one charge. So that's really nice. Now it also has wireless charging, and I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see this or not. I have a portable battery here that actually does do wireless charging. So let's see what we get. If I put that on there and I find the right, there it is. Yeah, you can see it's charging now. So that's pretty darn cool. Makes it a lot easier because this does come with a USB-C port right here that you can use to charge it. But if you have a wireless charger, then go ahead and set it on there and let it charge up. So pretty cool right there. It has active noise canceling that I think works pretty darn well. Sound-wise, they have a 10mm dynamic driver for deep bass. And I think the bass is really tight. It sounds really good. Sounds a lot better than my Apple AirPods. And for the highs, they come with titanium drivers. Now, the soundstage with these drivers is excellent. I think they sound really, really good. It has Bluetooth 5.2, low latency, but it does have a latency setting in the app that we'll go over in a little bit. And its water resistance is IPX4, which, you don't want to dunk these or anything, but a light sprinkle is not going to hurt it. So sweat's not going to hurt it. It should handle light water just fine. So one of the things that I like also about this case is that it's really easy to just hold it with one hand, flip open, and you have access to your earbuds, a lot like the Apple AirPods. Now, this case is a little bigger than the Apple AirPod, but it's not by a lot, I would say, and fits in the pocket just fine. I even forget that they're there half the time when I have them in my pocket. So this case, nothing wrong with it there. Let's check out the app. Okay, so once you have everything connected and the app installed, make sure your Pamu earbuds are in, and then open the app and press the Pamu slide button to start the app. It will connect to your AirPods or earbuds, and right away you see your left and right power levels. Pretty neat. Down below is your noise canceling options. You have audio pass-through, which works really well. It enhances everything around so you can hear everything. So if you like to hear everything around you while you're listening to whatever you're listening to, that's a good option. You have your noise canceling, which I have on right now, and it works really well. I don't know if it's better than the Apple AirPods, but it's different. It gets rid of, I really can't hear much of anything, like fans or engines and things like that. When I'm outside, I notice that it kind of covers up a lot of those sounds. So again, I wouldn't say better than the Apple AirPods, but just as good. Well, maybe a little bit better. They're really quiet. Then you have the wind noise reduction. I played around with it a little bit while I was on a call with somebody, and neither of us really noticed a difference. Maybe it's working, maybe it's not, I'm not sure. Maybe it'll work for you better than it did for me. It's there, it's something they could probably improve on. Good to have, good to know they're working on it. Maybe it'll be improved later down the road. Then you have mode A and B, which, you know, one gives you more than the other in options. Then you have your advanced settings, EQ. You don't have a lot of EQ settings, you have a few. It defaults to pop. I changed mine to rock. I thought rock sounded a little bit better. You have game mode. Game mode, you have low latency and ultra low latency. Now, those two settings, I haven't been able to really play with. I haven't had a need to. I don't play a lot of games. I haven't played any on my phone or anywhere else in a long time, so I just haven't used this. Now, I have used these earbuds listening to music on my phone, movies on my phone, and on my computer, and I haven't had any latency issues, which I have had with some earpods in the past. So these, fine, no latency, at least not for me. And if I did have some, I would try the low latency or ultra low latency options here, but I think those will also eat up your battery a little bit quicker, but I haven't needed it, so happy about that. In-ear induction, that's there. You got your personal settings, firmware update. So you got a lot of options here in the app, and that's a good thing. I like seeing that they've put some money into building a nice app that works well with these AirPods. So personally, every time I put these AirPods in my ear, I always connect to the app because then it kicks on the EQ. And I like the way it sounds, and I like the noise reduction. So there are some things that you can do, like there's a volume control with your AirPods, where it's nice because you touch and you slide down or slide up for volume. It could be a little bit better, but it works. It does work well, but it could be a little bit better. It just takes some getting used to. And I think once you get used to it, it's pretty easy. You can tap to answer your phone. You can tap to switch from one song to the next. You can pause it. It has all the normal settings you'd expect by tapping and sliding your AirPods. So that's pretty cool. Okay, so my overall thoughts on the Pamu Slide 2 AirPods is that I think I'll start with the case. The case is a good size. It fits in my hand good. I don't have super large hands or super small hands. They're pretty average. And I can hold them, flip it open very easy with my thumb. The earbuds fit in nicely, magnetically held in there. They charge in the case. Alone, I believe they get about 6.5 hours of use. And then with the case, you get another 26 hours of power, which is pretty darn good, I think. Some give you a little bit more, some a little less. So I think it's a good happy medium. The sound quality, now that is, to me, they really shine in the sound quality. So I have Apple AirPods and Beats Pro AirPods or earbuds, whatever you want to call them. And I'll compare it to those. So for me, I'm a musician. I don't play a lot anymore, but I used to play all the time. The Pamu 2s are right in the middle. So I was listening with these and I thought, wow, these sound pretty big. And I thought that my Apple AirPods did too. So I put those back in my ears and all of a sudden the Apple AirPods didn't sound so hot. So things sounded sort of, I don't know, to me, I can't think of another word, but cardboardish. Just sounded kind of weird. And I used to think they sounded great until I got my Beats Pro. And then I was like, okay, wow, these are really big sounding, but they were sort of pushing the bass and the highs a little out of the realms of reality of what the music probably, or what it should have sounded like. So these are right in the middle. The bass is a lot bigger than the Apple AirPods, not as big as the Beats Pro, same with the highs. But the soundstage on these is excellent. Everything sounds nice and separated and distant when you need it to, close up when you need it to. It's just, the sound quality of these are right in the middle, and right in the place where I like it. And I have been finding myself using these more than my Apple AirPods or my Beats Pro lately. So now, as far as staying in the ear, if you're just, you know, walking around or sitting down, you don't have to worry about any of them. They'll stay in your ear just fine. If you're gonna use them for, say, jogging or bike riding or something like that, these will stay in better than your Apple AirPods, but of course nothing's gonna beat something like the Beats Pro where they loop around your ear and hang on. But these will do a really good job, again, in between the Apple AirPods and the Beats Pro. So these should stay in pretty good. I've taken them on a bike ride, a scooter ride, and just walking around with them, and they work fine. They stay in, no problem. So overall, yeah, I think this is a great purchase. If you go to the Indiegogo site that they're on right now, which, by the way, they are shipping now. You don't have to go to Indiegogo, put your money in, and wait 2 years to get them. They're ready to go now. So they're already shipping them, and they show it on their website for 79 bucks, and then later I guess they're gonna change to 159 bucks. And they have another deal of 89, again, 159 later. But these are available on Indiegogo. I'm gonna put a link down below so that you can click on it and get straight to it. I don't get anything for that, so this is just something that I'm doing that, they sent these to me. I didn't contact them, they contacted me, but I'm kind of glad they did. It took a little while to get them, and I forgot about them. I didn't even know if they were gonna show up ever, but they did show up one day, and I was pleasantly surprised. I like them a lot. So if you want a good set of earbuds, I suggest getting the Pamu Slide 2. I think they're a great, great deal. The money is awesome, the sound quality is awesome, the case is awesome. Go get yourself a set, and I'll see you on the next one.